Hello class. In this video we're going to talk about regular expressions. Our last assignment for the year, outside of our finals, is a Regex validation program. If you look in Blackboard at this section, you'll see that you have a Regex web content link. This is to a PDF that is a web chapter talking about doing regular expression processing. Before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about regular expressions. Regular expressions are a way for us to see if certain fields contain the data that they're supposed to contain. So let's talk about that. We can use regular expressions to verify data formats like social security numbers, phone numbers, whether a name is typed in with all alphabetic letters, all sorts of editing like that. When we're using regular expressions, we have two parts: the string or data stream to search and the pattern to search for. And the pattern to search for is our regular expression. This website has a great tutorial about building those regular expressions. Let me click on it. See if it's going to load here. Now, this little tutorial on Code Project site gives you lots of awesome information about building regular expressions. They show you how a regular expression is like a wildcard set of characters that we're building to validate some information. Their first example is using a regular expression to find the word Elvis. So if we just use the word Elvis as our regular expression that we were searching for, that would be enough, and we would find the term Elvis in whatever string we were searching. Now, if we don't want to find pelvis, we can add some regular expression control codes to that. So in this case, they added the /b and the n/b to say find Elvis as a whole word. As you go through this site, you'll find lots and lots of information about building regular expressions. They also have a utility that you can download called Espresso. It's real small. You are welcome to download it and give it a quick run and try it with some of the options that they show on this Code Project site so that you can become familiar with regular expressions. For our needs, we're going to go ahead and create a Visual Studio project that just gives us a little practice. And your assignment is to create an ASP.NET website. We're going to create this small Visual Studio project as a console-based project first. So let's try it. This will be exactly what's in the document. So I'm going to create a console application, and I'm going to call it Regex Try 1. From our example, we can see that we need to have a using clause, system.text.regular expressions. Now, in our regular expression program, we're just going to use our main, and first we're going to create a string. This is going to be our test string, and it's going to be a long string because we want to search through it to find some things. Regular expressions are sometimes called regex or regexp. And again, this is in the document that's attached to Blackboard. Now we're going to do a console.writeLine. The text string is new line. And then we're going to do a little formatting here so that we can have our regular expression enclosed in double quotes when it's output. Now we want our regular expression to be output, and we named it test string. Try to get sizing a little bit better here. That looks better. Now we can do another console, this time just a dot right, and we're going to output match the letter E in the test string. So this is going to be our first regular expression. We're going to see if we can find the letter E in our test string. I'm going to create a new instance of a regular expression, and I'm going to call it expression. And this is going to be the search pattern that we're looking for, and we're just looking for the letter E. So that's going to be the only thing I put in our regular expression search pattern. Now within our console write line, we're going to say, hey, take that expression that I just created and use the match method on test string. Do you see any matches? So now that's going to tell the regular expression operator class to search our regex expression, looking for that expression in the test string variable. So here's our expression we're searching for. Here's what we're searching through to find it. Now that should output 1. Let's try it. We should just see 1E because I said I want to match my expression in the test string. So let's run this and see if we see our E output. So I see my string that I'm searching for, and there's the E. It did find one. Now for this example, we're going to use a different method, the matches method. And in the matches method, we're going to get back all of the occurrences of the pattern that are found by the regular expression class. So let's do a console.write. Oops, I need to put that before the read key. We're going to match every E in the test string. Oh, and in this one, we're going to use the for each to loop through our string. So for every variable named myMatch that we find in our expression matches our test string, we're going to write it. Let's try it. Now we see that for our first match of just matching E, we find a match, and then if we do the matches method to find every E in the test string, we have multiple occurrences of matches. So as you can see from our output, the regular expression class loaded all of those occurrences into a collection, and we were able to iterate through that using the for each command. So we see all of the different occurrences. Now let's change it up a little bit, and we're going to try to match something else. First of all, our heading is going to start with a new line. And we're looking for the term regex. We're going to escape that a little bit so that we can see that within double quotes. put a comment in here too that that's what we want to do. Now again, we can loop through, and for each match, called my match, and this time we're just going to use the base class itself and the matches method, and we're going to search through test string, but we're just going to pass a pattern. We want to search for the pattern Regex. And for each of those, we're going to output them. Let's test that. Now we should see our first match was just the E. Then when we used the matches method, we found several E's. Now that we're using matches to search for regex, we do find that twice in our string, here and here. Okay? We'll change that up just a little teeny bit, and this time our heading, we're going to match regex or regexp using an optional P. So we're going to look a little bit at how we can set things up to be optional within our expression matching. So for this one, we're going to for each and search for a match using regex.matches, and we want to search through our test string. And what we want to match is reg, ex, and then we want the P to be optional, so we're going to follow it by the question mark, which says the previous character should be considered optional in the matching pattern. Let's see what we get. Let's run that. Okay, so we see now that we can get the full regexp word out and still match it the same as we did previously by using the optional P. Now if you'll continue on with that short activity in the web chapter and look at some of the other examples in the web chapter, that should take you very far in your understanding of using regular expressions with native C# applications. In the next video, we'll look at quickly implementing a regular expression using an ASP.NET application.